after the Brighton game, it was an outstanding performance, particularly in the second half. And Kelechi got his second goal in as many games. He's really in a good place at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, it was an outstanding win. The first half wasn't outstanding at all. It wasn't very good in every aspect of how we would want to play the game. The second half was much better, still off the level that we can work at. But that's obviously understandable with the creativity and the quality that maybe isn't available to us. However, you still need to react and you still need to show a focus and an intensity to the game. In the second half, the hard work and intensity is what we brought to our game, and that allowed us to then go on and win the game. And it showed again a great mentality and players that, you know, that our record is very good, especially in the last 15 minutes of games. So that shows you the fitness level, it shows you the mentality and that never say die attitude. So yeah, a very, very important 3 points for us, and considering, like I said, we weren't quite at our best.
And going into the weekend, you've shown a good level of sort of bounce back ability after the little blips, and the pleasing thing must be this season, when you have had the odd defeat here and there, it's not gone on to become a big run. You've got back on track really quickly, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's what we stick to our process. It's something that we haven't dwelt and been too critical. We're very honest and candid when we lose a game. We look at it, analyse it, where we can be better. But I tend to not want to dwell on it with the players. But I think it also shows you the expectation. You know, we lost 2 games in a row. We lost to Slavia Prague and in our second game, and we lost to Arsenal. And people now are looking at Leicester losing to Arsenal as a massive setback. So that really shows the expectancy of how well the players have done and what they've created over this last couple of seasons. So yeah, but important, of course, that when you do lose games, you refocus and get back to winning. And they did that very well in our last game.
And just finally from me, how important was it to have a clear week this week with no sort of midweek games, especially with the schedule as it's been? Has it been nice just to have a full week with the squad?
Yeah, it's been absolutely great. I think it's our first one in about 8-9 weeks. They've had that clean week to one, allow the players to recover, but 2, get some training time in. It's so important for the development of players that you can get onto the training field and work on aspects, you know, some remedial work from the games, but also for the improvement of players. So that's been fantastic. We've had a real good time on the training field this week, and focusing on certain specifics within the game for players and individual functions. So yeah, it's been really good. And now we one more final day to finalise the tactic and then put everything into the game on Sunday.
I think that's been one of the most impressive things this season, Brendan, actually, flexibility. It's rare that you see players that are able to adapt. You know, some of the older pros can because they're older pros, but a lot of your younger players and relatively maybe inexperienced players have had that flexibility. Is that something you coach, or is that something that you do in recruitment in getting flexible players?
Yeah, I think it's one of the types of profile player that I like. You know, someone that you know, we look for certain characteristics, but certainly one of them is for a player who has the intelligence to interpret different playing systems. You know, we'll always have a player that's got a real good level of technique, player that has a mental toughness. You know, a player that is competitive and brave, but also, like I say, one that can come in and understand to play in different systems. And I think it's also part of the evolution of the game. You know, it's teams now are so well organised, and you have to have different ways to break them down. And one of those ways is playing out a different system. So yeah, it's having players that have that capacity to be able to play that way, and hopefully in our time we've shown that, and that has helped us gain important results.